Hello everyone, welcome to the LangGo show, and today we are gonna meet a very excellent student at IELTS LangGo. Okay, so can you introduce yourself?
Alright, so hello everybody, my name is Luyện, and I used to be a student at AIC 19 live class at LangGo, and currently I'm a tester at LangGo also, and also a health coach at VIệN, my startup.
Okay, so that's a very impressive achievement, right? At a very young age. So can you tell us more about how did you feel when you achieved the IELTS score?
Well, to be honest, I was in a great shock when I received the test results because, also my aim at the very beginning was also to achieve 8 in IELTS, but while I'm taking the test, my speaking skills and also my writing skills performance were not very good. So, after taking the test, I didn't feel very confident about it, and I also I felt like I wouldn't be able to do my best. So, I was quite disappointed. However, in the end, it was all good.
Of course, it's good. You got an 8, right? So, what difficulties did you face in the process of studying IELTS?
Well, I always wanted to achieve 9 in both listening and also reading skills. However, about a month before I took the test, my listening skills and also my reading skills band score was always stuck at 7.5 or 8. So I was quite disappointed and was quite nervous about it because, although it didn't sound very bad band score, but it was much lower than my initial expectation.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's because your initial expectations were too high. Well, okay.
Okay.
You just said that you were stuck at 7.5 or 8 in listening or reading, right?
Yeah.
So what did you do to overcome that?
Well, I had a very great teacher at LangGo, and I asked her for some advices. So, her name is Thảo, and I got a lot of useful advice from her. And after I applied her method into my practicing, my band score it increased a lot. After 2 weeks, then my band score it was about 8.5 or 9. Yeah, I even reached 9.
Oh, that's very good. Well, so you studied at IELTS LangGo before, right? How did you know about IELTS LangGo, or why did you choose to study there?
I got a very good friend, and we were friends since we were little child. My house used to be next to her. So, I got some recommendations from her. And she said that at LangGo, the size of the class was just about 6 or 7 people. And we got to learn 3 lessons per week, which is really great because, at that time, I didn't have much time to study. So the fact that I was able to learn 3 lessons per week was very useful to me.
Okay, so you got 9.0 in both reading and listening, right?
Right.
So can you share a little tips that you achieved that very high score?
Well, to be honest, I don't know what to say because, I don't use any tips. Actually, it came quite natural because, I think that the main thing here is to really improve your English ability, specifically listening and reading. And for reading, at that time I had to read a lot of IELTS passage, and it was quite stressed to me. Yeah, it was quite stressful to me. But however, after a whole process of studying and also review my test, review my practice, my reading ability increased and also improved a lot. So that's the reason why I guess that I can achieve the 9 in reading. And also about the listening. I mean, before I learned the IELTS, I also listened to a lot of English video and saw a lot of English stuff on the internet. For example, like when I decided to learn the IELTS, however, it's still before I studied at LangGo.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of TED videos, the TED Talks. And I mean, at first, it was quite challenging to me because there were a lot of vocabulary that I didn't know. However, like as I was saying, no pain, no gain.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
So, what was your impression of IELTS LangGo teachers in general?
Well, I would say in 3 words, okay? They are very dedicated, very professional, and also very sympathetic for the students because, you know, there was some time when I didn't finish my DC.
Okay.
However, Miss Hao is very
tolerant.
Tolerant to me.
Okay, so tolerant. How? Like she didn't say anything,
she said a lot, but she gave me more time so that I could finish my DC and also improved its quality because while I practiced speaking, I remember like the very first time that I do the speaking DC, it took me like 3 hours straight to filmed the only videos. Like I got about like hundreds video of one question. Only one.
That's very good. Actually, you can improve your English skill by practicing speaking again and again, right? Also, do you have any other advice for students?
Well, I would say that if you really want to study something, especially about the language, the English, then you really have to put a lot of effort in your studying, and you also need to practice a lot. And fortunately, I got a lot of good friends at my class at LangGo. I mean, and also I got a very good teacher. She's very kind and she's very caring about my studying, and I got a lot of good guidance from her.
Yeah, okay.
And so I think as a student, if you really want to learn something, you should have a good teacher and also a good partner to practice with.
So thank you for sharing the information with us. How about you guys? So if you want to achieve a high IELTS band score like Luyện, please don't hesitate to apply for IELTS LangGo right away. Bye!